Happy Tuesday, the 5th of December, everyone. How are we all doing? Lovely seeing everyone this week. Hard to believe we only have 2 more weigh-ins left of 2023. So I announced our closing dates today in our reopening. I will pop it in a message into the group as well. Those who couldn't be with us, get well soon. And those that are on holidays, enjoy, and we see you when you get back. But like that, it is to make the most of the next 2 weeks. Let's keep our focus. Let's stay committed on our journey. Focus on how far that we have come. Not, let's say, our current destination if it's not going too well at the moment. And as I said in last week's class and this week's class, and I'm not being negative, I'm being really positive, saying this, even if we hold our own until the new year, or if we're up a pound or two, at least we can manage it. We're not going off the Richter and going missing until January, when you're talking at least 7 to 10 pound up, that we're managing it and that we are watching it. 2 more weeks to make a difference as well. So this week's talk is about the 10 commandments. Okay, so the next 2 weeks is going to be really working on the mindset. Even if we take 2 things from the 10 commandments and apply it over the next few weeks and over the holiday season, or silly season if you want to call it that, because everyone seems to be really quiet in the tick. I'm just after looking out the window, it's just coming up to 5 o'clock and the traffic is just mad around by us, so you can see the late night shopping and different things. So number 1 is lifestyle. This is not a diet, so it's really important to make this a way of life. So like, we get up at a certain time in the morning, we might set the alarm, we have our shower maybe in the morning or the evening, we have our lunch at the same time, our breakfast maybe at the same time. That is our lifestyle, that is our routine. And as much as it might be mundane and we hate routine, that's when we thrive most. Because just with a diet, sometimes it can be short term. So this is not a quick fix, this is a lifestyle change. And I think it's only when I started, about a year before I started the business, so let's say 14 years ago, that I realised, because I put the 4 stone back on 3 times. I lost it for being my best friend's bridesmaid. The 18 to 24 steps, everything was in there. But the occasion came and went, and Clodagh went back to old eating habits. So like that, when I realised before I opened the business, I need a programme that I can do for life, that is manageable, that I don't have to keep pulling out books and counting numbers and units and sins and different things. It just wasn't for me. I needed something that was more structured, that I could just do and follow every day without thinking outside the box or making a big deal of it. And that's when my weight loss journey became easier to manage, because I accepted this is a way of life. I'm going to have a weight problem for life, whether I like it or not. That's the way it is. But once I watch it, then I'm better in control of it. Okay, so number 2 then is to get organised. So structure your life and you'll structure your eating. So you know yourself, when we leave the chance, anything can happen. If we don't have the dinner prep done, or we don't know what we're having, sometimes we sooner ring a takeaway, pay for the privilege of it. When it arrives cold, and then the goo has gone off us, and then we're raging that we're after doing it. So we really have to make that time. For me, at this time of the evening is no good. It's manic with bedtime, story time, bath time, everything like that. Hard enough to get up to do the video. But the morning time is my time when I can get things done, and that's when I do the food prep for the smoothies, for the kids' dinners, for their lunches, for air lunches, and I can just get organised, and I feel better accomplished in the day when I have that done, that I'm not saying, oh God, what have I got to get done. So you had to buy out that proper time for you. Number 3 then is to eat small. So portion control is really key for our weight loss, because like that, we are very heavy handed to ourselves. I think it's an Irish thing, have a good big dinner, have a good big lunch, and we tend to finish things. But smaller portions are better, 5 smaller portions throughout the day. So like when members say to me, I don't snack, I only have breakfast, lunch and dinner, I hear alarm bells, because I know that is a big breakfast, a big lunch, and it's a big dinner, because in our head we say, sure, I'm not snacking, so I can have bigger portions at those meal times. Number 4 then is learn to leave food on your plate. So most of you said that's a difficult one. Myself and Sam are 10 years together at the end of the month, and even over the weekend he said to me, you're still doing that. I just section off, it's roughly about 2 tablespoons of my dinner all the time, just at the top right, and in my head I'm not finishing the dinner. And it's all about the psychology and the mindset of this. It helps you to take control of that compulsive eating, because sometimes what you might find that we're just hoovering up food, we're not even really enjoying it, and that it's that compulsion that reach out. Like that, when we have a weight problem, I'm in there as well. We're all or nothing people, so we need to find that mediocre ground, find that balance in there. Number 5 then is never to feel deprived, because when we feel deprived, that's when we want to binge. And it does encourage binging, because straight off, if we start saying I can't have bread, I can't have chocolate, I can't have my takeaways, I can't have the glass of wine, can't is a very negative word, and therefore makes us want it more. So never to feel deprived, have a little bit of what you like, and then back on the programme. So like your 2 squares of chocolate rather than the whole bar, that find that mediocre ground, as I said, not that the whole packet of biscuits or nothing at all, because when we feel deprived, that's sometimes when we start to snap and see cracks on our journey. And just as I got to share in the class as well, I think what a really valuable, I suppose if we can learn this will be a very valuable lesson for us to learn, is what I'm trying to say, is not to write off time, especially this time of year. So if you fall off track on a Wednesday or a Thursday, make sure you get straight back on it. Not say I'll start again after the weekend, I'll start Monday, I'll start next week, I'll start in January. If you fall off track, it's important to get back on track. That's what it is. The programme allows you to have your treat, not to think I'm after making a hames of that and then we continue to make a hames of for the rest of the week then. Number 6 then is to make a meal out of it. So basically making a ceremony of your meal, and then you appreciate what's on your plate. It's a bit like the French. If you go to France, you see that they do make a meal out of it. When they go out for a meal, it's 2 or 3 hours. It's not like here where they're saying I need a table back in an hour, I need a table back in 90 minutes, and then we're rushing to have a starter, main course, dessert, or glass of wine, everything else in that hour, and we're rush. So really to make a meal out of it, especially your breakfast like a king. It's in its name. You're breaking your fast from the night before, so it's important to make that time, not to be having it on the run, to sit and eat. Is important. So you take in the textures, the flavours, and you just enjoy your food. It's a bit like if you're eating, watching the TV, you don't take in everything that's on the plate and what we're eating, and then you look down and say, God, it's all gone, and we haven't really savoured it, let's say. Number 7 then is to eat slowly. So this will make you feel satisfied basically quicker before you start to eat too much, and that's why you notice, especially this time of year, but it is there all year round, that restaurants and cafes, they're well up, and I know everyone has a business to run. Usually straight after you have your main course, they'll say, do you want a dessert and tea and coffee menu? They know if they leave that about 10 to 15 minutes, the goo has gone off you and they're going to lose a sale. Okay, so just be aware that, slow it down. What you do say is put a knife and fork down between each mouthful. Practice makes perfect on that one. Number 8 then is to enjoy your food. It's one of life's pleasures, not a punishment. So you should be really enjoying your food. You shouldn't be saying, oh God, I have to have this again. Talk to me if you're feeling that way, but you really should be enjoying your food. Make sure you're using the spices from the club, having different flavours, trying new food, try the recipes. The recipes was given out this week. Number 9 then is to move it. So basically it's a key essential for weight loss: eat less and move more. Okay, so if we're having the same input, eating the same as what we're born in, we're going to be staying the same weight. So eat less and move more. So like that, even as one of our male members was sharing with us in the group, 10,000 steps a day, and that can be a lot to go from 0 to 10,000. So 0 to 2,000, 0 to 5,000, to build yourself up. Very easy to get 5,000 just even by just walking around the house or your daily business. So it would be easy to get up to that 10,000 maybe by going out for a walk, and maybe 2 10-minute walks in the day if we can, to make that time for that. Number 10 then is to get enough sleep. This helps regulate your metabolism. It's really important. It's one of the top 5 points for weight loss, and I have first hand of that because sometimes the baby's not sleeping on us, it is a phase. I don't think about it, I just get on with it. But I know the weeks that I'm, let's say, exceptionally good, everything is spot on, but I'm not getting enough sleep, they're the weeks that I don't lose weight. So it is a very key component for the body to sleep, mentally and physically, for the body to recover, is really, really important. Okay, so there are 10 steps, so I hope they help. And as I said at the beginning, even if we take on 2 from that, and carry you through over this holiday time, it will really stand to us. So your little motto for this week is, a lifestyle doesn't have an end point, but a diet does. So it's about a lifestyle change, folks. So you know the drill. Any positive or negative feedback, to get in touch, or any questions, just to let me know. But I hope we all have a great week. Stay safe, stay well, wrap up. Not as cold today, thank God. But let's mind ourselves, and we'll see less of each other next week. And as I said, 2 more weigh-ins left of 2023. Have a good one, folks. Big hugs and kisses to everyone.